and Andy Kolle. And there you see Ward, 2 years younger at 22. Kolle with a 1-inch height advantage, and the arm length measured from the armpit to the end of the hand. Kolle, 25 inches, Ward, 23. They both made the 160-pound weight limit when they stepped on our unofficial HBO scales this evening. Kolle stepped in 2 pounds heavier than Andre Ward. And now rules of the bout with Max.
Boy, that sounds weird with anyone other than Harold Letterman, doesn't it? The unified rules tonight, which is significant because usually you see that in a title fight. This is not a title fight. It is a high-profile fight. And Andre Ward is a former Olympic gold medalist, and that's what's unusual.
Andy Kolle set to make his way into the ring. He just celebrated his 24th birthday on Thursday, 2 days ago. He comes into this bout with an undefeated mark of 9-0 with 7 knockouts. And when we spoke with him yesterday, he said, hey, look, the pressure's not on me, it's on the gold medalist. And now, for more on Kolle, let's send it over to Max.
He's nicknamed Chaos because of his personality in and outside the ring, but it's kind of like calling a fat person slim or a short person nosebleed. It's the opposite of his personality. He goes to college at North Dakota State University. Always interesting. You see a prize fighter, especially an undefeated kid in a kind of a big fight here. College kid. Now, yes, he's not as experienced in the amateurs as Andre Ward, few are, but he did have 75 amateur fights, and he claims he was 60-15 in those fights. It's a good record. The most interesting thing is both Kolle and his trainer claim he's never been hurt in the amateurs, in the pros, sparring, in the gym. Never. So tonight might be a new experience for him.
Yeah, right. Well, his trainer Chuck Horton said, well, he's had a girlfriend, so sure he's been hurt, but he did say he's never been hurt in the ring. We'll find that out. You mentioned that he goes to North Dakota State University. He's 1 semester away from getting his degree in criminal justice and sociology. He says he wants to be a juvenile probation officer because he loves to work with kids, Max.
Well, when asked why he was on probation, he says he was in a confrontation with a guy who pulled a knife and he broke the guy's nose, decking him. I wonder if he has an answer for an Uzi, because that's what Andre Ward, it'll seem, is bringing tonight. It's a big step up in competition for him.
Yes, Ward, certainly the speed and the quickness. Andy Kolle from Fergus Falls, Minnesota. He said once a week he made a 500-mile journey back and forth from school to home to make sure he could get his training camp in. And now the 2004 Olympic gold medalist Andre Ward set to make his entry. Born in San Francisco, California, but he resides in Oakland, California. He's married and has 2 young children. And Ward 8-0 with 4 knockouts, and now more from Max.
This is incredible. When I realized this, it really knocked me off my feet. 3 Americans have won gold since '88. Only 3 in any weight class. He is one of them. The other 2, of course, Oscar De La Hoya and David Reed. He was knocked down versus Darnell Boone in November of 2005. He's been hurt in another fight, so there are questions about his chin. Only seen 2 rounds of Andy Kolle on tape, but claims he's not overlooking them. They weren't very impressive rounds, incidentally. I've seen those rounds. And Virgil Hunter, his trainer godfather, has been with Andre since he was 9 years old. There's stability there.
Yeah, his father, Frank Ward, brought him down to a gym and asked Virgil if he could train him. Virgil said absolutely. You mentioned he was knocked down against Darnell Boone. He also, Max, was rocked in his second fight in the first round against a guy named Kenny Costin. There have been some questions about his chin.
You mentioned his late father took him down to the gym. The first thing he told Virgil Hunter, he asked him, can you teach my son to hit without being hit? Kind of reminds you of Roy Jones' father and Roy Jones. And it makes you wonder if the fighter then maybe internalizes some of that concern over his being hit. And so that when he is hit, he falls apart a little bit.
Ward said what he learned from the experience is that he has character, was able to get up, and how he responded to being knocked down by Boone. And all 3 judges scored the round 10-9, which shows how well he came back. And now for the official ring introductions, let's send it in to ring announcer Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Fox Arena here at the largest casino in the world, Foxwoods Resort Casino, as tonight HBO's Boxing After Dark kicks off its 10th spectacular season, delivering the best of boxing in the world. Goose and Tudor Promotions and Square Ring present the co-feature of the evening, sponsored by Nimerolf. 8 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Sanctioned by the Mashantucket Pequot Athletic Commission Chairman Joey Carter, Vice Chairman Richard Butler. The 3 judges ringside scoring this bout will be Steve Epstein, Glenn Feldman, and George of the action, referee Johnny Callis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He wears the burgundy trunks and weighed in tonight at 159 pounds. Early in his professional career, he stands undefeated at 9 victories, no defeats, 7 victories by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fergus Falls, Minnesota, introducing Andy Chaos Kolle. And across the ring, his adversary fights out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks trimmed in red and weighed in tonight 1 pound heavier at 160 pounds even. In Athens in 2004, as a light heavyweight, he captured Olympic gold. And now, as a professional, he too stands undefeated. 8 victories, no defeats, 4 victories by way of knockout from Oakland, California. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Andre S.O.G. Ward.
You ready? Andy, Andre, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. Obviously, protect yourself at all times, but above all, obey my commands at all times. First command is right now, I want you to touch gloves. The bell rings, come out fighting. Good luck to the both of you.
So we're set for our opener, 160-pound middleweight bout. Andre Ward has not lost a fight in 8 years, since 1998. It's 127-0 since, including 8 fights as a pro. Andy Kolle, even though he's 9-0 with 7 knockouts, he's only fought 1 fighter with a winning record. He is definitely in with the best competition that he's seen in his career. Kolle, a southpaw. Ward fights in the conventional stance. Ward, the quicker fighter of the two, look to get off first. Lennox, Andy Colle's trainer Chuck Horton said they've been working on seeing if they can increase Colle's power.
That's very important, to increase your power. You know, definitely have to throw some jabs out there and work the combinations. That's really important.
How do you go about doing that, though?
Well, definitely practice throwing punches and making sure that your balance is there and that you're generating enough power and that you're bending the legs.
Nice right to the body from Andre Ward. Kolle said they had a great training camp. As I mentioned, he made the journey once a week from school in North Dakota State in Fargo to Duluth, Minnesota. 500 miles. Said he's never felt better. They said they've seen every one of Andre Ward's fight on tape. And Ward, Max, you mentioned that Ward has only seen 2 rounds from Kolle.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not going to see many rounds at all, certainly none at a professional level against world-class opposition.
Don't punch. Step back.
He did not sound very impressed at the fighter meetings about what he had seen, and he shouldn't be that impressed because Kolle has not been overly impressive thus far in his professional career, but he is applying steady pressure here. He does not look like have the look of a guy who's fighting to survive. He's trying some things. He is an undefeated fighter, and guys like that don't know how to lose.
Kolle said he's from Minnesota, and Ward has boxed a couple guys from Minnesota, and he said he's nothing like those guys. So he's here to prove it tonight.
There's a nice 1-2 to the body from Andy Kolle.
Definitely a slip.
No knockdown.
John Callis says no knockdown.
No knockdown, guys.
Nice power shots from Andre Ward.
Andre Ward throws some good combinations, good speed behind his punches. This is the way you want to be. Sharp. Sharp and use your speed.
Just stay alert for the left. He's trying to time the jab with the left, okay? Stay alert. Keep punches low on the right hand. I got you. Keep the punches short and compact on the inside. Keep your hands up on the inside, okay? Landing some good punches. You're warming up good. Take that from me. Keep him short. Now he's trying to duck up under. Okay? So keep, if you see him duck, step to the side of him, okay? All right?
How's his power? Then get your hands up and